episode number 88 of the 3 Count Out podcast. We are coming to you live with a lot of scuff this week, so just cut us some slack. Discord's down. That's normally how we do this. My name is EraV1. We have the week 1 of NFL in the hindsight, week 2 coming forward. College football has been happening. Big returns have happened in the world of WWE, and AEW continues to give everybody else the middle finger. We have a lot to talk about. My name is EraV1, and joining me, as always, this week, although not as crisp and clear as they normally are, again, please cut me some slack, Jackal and Mike.
I am happy that Josh Allen exists because without him, my fantasy team would have gotten, I believe, 70 points.
Yeah, I did not have a good week this week in fantasy.
I almost hate football as much as technology hates us right now. I'm going to start watching tennis or whatever. Hi, my name's Jackal. Not a good weekend for little old Jackal. Not doing okay right now.
Not a good weekend to be a Detroit sports fan.
No, actually. No, not at all. Even both of my fantasy teams lost. My high school team I went to lost. Fucking Michigan lost. The Lions lost. It fucking sucks right now.
But hey, MSU beat Boston College, who they haven't beaten since 1995.
And they were 1-2 point conversion away from not being able to even fucking do that one, Mike.
Yeah, I know. How is like a D3 nobody school your kryptonite? I don't get it.
Apparently, Billy O'Brien, the fucking head coach of Boston College, we'll just hop right into that one after a much more boring weekend of college football in comparison to week 1. We're talking about the game that we picked being Michigan State and Boston College going to double overtime, where I think Michigan State ended up winning 42-40 against the Boston College Eagles. And unfortunately, that means Mike, you and Kevin are the only ones that get the points there.
Oh,
right, but fucking, you feel dirty about that one.
No, I feel pretty good about it. I figured they were going to win.
I'll never be able to pick Michigan State. What? Just like how we were all riding with who we thought was a Gronkowski, but actually, after watching the game, the man's name is Mark Gronowski.
Oh, boo!
He is not a Gronkowski relative, as Mark Gronowski and the Iowa Hawkeyes ended up losing to the Iowa State Cyclones in a extremely, extremely fucking boring game to the final score of 13-16.
A lot of defense in that one.
Oh my god! If you love the punts, you will love that game.
Yeah, if you like special teams, that's the one for you.
Oh boy, and special teams, special players. There was a lot of special players on the field, as Penn State took literally all 4 quarters to finally remember how to play football, but they certainly they'd still get there, as they knocked off FIU 34-0.
Yeah, I mean that was Penn State running the ball. That's Penn State football, baby. We're so fucking back. I know that we kind of low key got our ass kicked by FIU, but I think at the end of the day, still a shutout. We'll still take it. You know, you come out of that, you're looking good, feeling good, and I'm pretty sure we have Villanova next week. So might be another cakewalk there, and then I think we have Oregon after that. So that's going to be kind of the.
Well, I'll be honest. If you guys would have lost to FIU, or if FIU would have scored more than one touchdown,
yeah, I would have.
No, that's just it. You have to take a player out back and shoot them, because them's the rules. You know, you can't lose to a team like that.
Listen, State College is only 4 hours away. If they fuck up, I'm going there.
That is still very funny to me, though, how you just have cupcake and a cupcake, and a cupcake, and then literal Satan the immediate next game afterward.
Yeah.
You fucking jump.
Oregon slowed us the fuck down last year. They killed all the momentum that we had. Oh boy, I'm really nervous about Oregon.
On the plus side, it is after a bye week. You do get get an extra week to prepare. So it's Villanova, then a bye, then Oregon.
And I feel like Oregon, at least from the couple of weeks that we've seen already, I feel like they haven't necessarily gotten better than last year. I'm not saying that like they're bad or anything like that. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying like I think the challenge is still there, but it's one that like Penn State can now prepare for because they've had that. So hopefully something good actually comes out of it.
And Oregon, very similar to a lot of the other teams at the top right now, haven't exactly had the greatest competition very early on.
Yeah,
albeit they are going very weird schedules across the board.
Very weird.
Just like how we had to sit through a week of Florida State beating East Texas A&M to the final score of 77-3.
Damn.
We got some other scores this week.
Ohio State beating Grambling State 70-0.
I don't want to give them any
Alabama beating Louisiana Monroe 73-0. And then, unfortunately, you get to the fucking game of the week, where we take a look at the now 23rd ranked Michigan Wolverines traveling to Norman, Oklahoma, to take on the now 13th ranked Oklahoma Sooners, where they ended up dropping the game to a final score of 24-13. Mike, you go first.
The offense looked non-existent that game, and maybe it was just, maybe I underestimated Oklahoma's defense, but I was just like, wow, the offense from the first week definitely took a nap this week. Defense tried their damnedest, tried to keep us in the game, but that offense definitely has some work it still needs to do.
Yeah, your young quarterback is showing. That's what I took out of this week. Is that it's
he has one throwing style, and it's fucking laser. Other than that, he does not. Yeah, he doesn't have a touch yet.
Well, he's also, if he gets any pressure onto the pocket, he was folding. There was, which I mean, he's new, right? He's a young guy. He's got to learn. He's got to get that confidence. But I mean, there was nothing.
Oh, it didn't fucking help that, in my personal opinion, that the turf monster was out in full force at Norman, Oklahoma as well, because it feels like half of the fucking starting lineup was down at one point throughout the course of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because the quarterback that we are talking about was behind a weakened O-line as multiple linemen went down, but still, Bryce Underwood, the quarterback, went 9 for 24 for 142 yards. So technically, we're still able to move the ball, but just not as far as we would have liked to, as we played a defense that was much better than a New Mexico in the Oklahoma Sooners. And on the other side of the ball, made it a lot more difficult that apparently we were dealing with the yeehaw version of Josh Allen, as John Mateer absolutely got it up the secondary, 21 for 34, 270 yards, one touchdown with a single interception as well. That is a Heisman level performance right there. That is I would say so, against how much they were trying to make Michigan's defense seem better.
Again, you said 21 of 34, which is okay. He threw for 270 yards, which is okay. One touchdown, but he also had an interception. I wouldn't call that Heisman. I'd call that okay for a college quarterback.
His Heisman stats come in with the other aspect of the game in which Michigan was not able to stop the sumbitch. Oklahoma's leading rusher, John Mateer, 19 carries, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Still not Heisman, but better.
Combined with the passing, I Am I coping to make the loss feel better in my eyes?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You absolutely are.
Yes. Cope.
But losing on the road in the SEC in primetime isn't exactly going to negatively affect Michigan that poorly, because we still remain in the top 25 as we are gearing up to take on Central Michigan next weekend, which should be a much more winnable game for Michigan. But one team that is not going to be looked upon favorably in the eyes of the college football overlords is, unfortunately, the Florida Gators as the biggest upset of the weekend, because fuck you, I'm not counting Oklahoma beating Michigan as a fucking upset. Suck my dick.
Well, no, it's not.
The Florida Gators ended up losing to the then unranked USF Bulls, who are now currently ranked as the USF Bulls, who previously annihilated the Boise State without Ashton Genty, who have now gone into the swamp to take out the ranked Florida Gators, ended up winning on a last-second field goal, 18-16, and the USF Bulls are now ranked ahead of Michigan, coming in at number 18.
Yeah. The USF team is one of those, like, they're not going to win the championship or anything, but they're sneaky good for where they're at.
It's a fun
I think they're going to be the Arizona State. They're going to be the Boise State, because
Arizona State certainly isn't Arizona State.
A technical upset again this weekend, as well as I can't even find the game. It was late, wasn't it, or was it early?
What, Arizona State?
Yeah. I can't find it. Hold on.
My ESPN app is slow.
Work in progress here, because Arizona State was previously ranked as well, and they had a matchup this weekend where they
faced Mississippi State, and they lost 20-24.
And they are also now unranked without Cam Scatabo. And Mike, in our preseason power rankings, when we both saw that both Arizona State and Boise State were still in the top 25, we both looked at each other and said, yeah, that ain't fucking, they ain't staying there. They are not going to stay there. That pretty much does it for a bit of a quiet week in the terms of college football, but bigger and better games are on their way. But it doesn't matter, as the NFL is finally here, and we had a whole slew of games, just like how Dak Prescott had a whole slew of Jalen Carter's spit right on the bottom of his chin.
Hey, Dak spit first, all right? Dak spit first. This is fucking Spitgate. The NFL needs to ban Dak Prescott right now. That's a fucking hate crime, all right? They spit on fucking Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter spit in self-defense, okay? He was backing him up. Bullshit. You take our fucking fullback out 6 minutes into the fucking game. Oh, Saquon Barkley can't run for shit. Well, his fucking blocker's gone. What is he supposed to do?
We are talking about opening night of the NFL season, where the Dallas Cowboys waltzed on into Lincoln Financial Field and got dropped by the Philadelphia Eagles to a final score of 24-20. But, albeit, I will give Dallas the tiniest bit of credit.
Don't.
If that weather delay does not happen, I think they still have more of a fighting chance.
You don't need to fucking say that, all right? You don't need to fucking
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, CeeDee Lamb completely forgot how to catch a football.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, extremely.
After that weather delay. All of a sudden, he was like, I don't know what hands are.
I got cold, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know where I am.
I do want to say, though, it's absolutely... You can blame the weather, I guess, if you want. But what in the fuck are we doing not passing to A.J. Brown until 2 minutes left in the fucking game? And we're like, oh, we do have wide receiver. Let's throw it to him. Fuck you. Yeah, A.J. Brown got 1 point. 1 point, my fantasy team. You motherfuckers. Nick Sirianni, I got problems with you. It's fucking week 1. I already got problems.
That was a fucking mistake on my part, drafting that man. Good googly Miss Moogly. God, didn't get looked at until garbage time.
I drafted AJ
Well,
Brown.
he
You
has
get
two
that bullshit
fantasy
out your
teams.
mouth.
I have another. Jesus, Era.
What, you got more friends? What?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
He's probably part of Tommy's.
Well, I'm talking about the content one. The one that.
I know all of the content that is still
1.8
on the way.
1.8.
Because don't worry, Philadelphia will have their hands full with him dealing with the next team that they'll face, and also the next team we need to talk about, because we don't have to worry about no undefeated record this year, as the Kansas City Taylor Swifts, the black voodoo magic is gone, as they went down to Brazil and lost to the Jim Harbaugh Chargers to a final score of 27-21.
Oh, I love hearing that.
That's exciting.
I love it.
That's exciting to me. That's very hot.
What's this about Xavier Worthy maybe fucking like busting his shoulder open or whatever though? He's out?
Oh, I thought it was because Travis Kelce ran into him and fucking separated his shit.
Is that what happened?
Oh yeah, he got like body checked by Travis Kelce, I think.
Dumb motherfucker. Serves him right.
And
come back to the Super Bowl.
All the bettors are like, "Oh, you gonna do that? You gotta give me my money back for this one. It's not my fault. Travis Kelce fucking rocked this shit." Like, well, that's.
I mean, yeah, that's just.
If they would have had Xavier Worthy, don't get me wrong. I know he's newer, but like, I think that would have added the speed they needed on wide receiver area. Because right now you have Rashee Rice and old ass Travis Kelce, and that's
it. No, Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown.
Oh boy, yeah, that's right. Well. How could I forget that?
I'm just saying.
But like, Xavier Worthy is one of the faster dudes. He's got that high end potential, and now he's not there. Oops.
Whoopsies. He's the deep threat gone, right? That was where he normally was.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they just fucking have him run in a straight line and see if he can break somebody's ankles.
Yeah, he was one of those fuck it, he's down there somewhere type guys.
It doesn't matter the lineup that they have, because they're going to need all hands on deck, as they will have their Super Bowl rematch literally this upcoming weekend, as it is the Eagles versus Chiefs week 2 to start off the season. But many more games was able to happen throughout the course of the weekend, as Danny Dimes and the Indianapolis Colts had their fucking way with the Miami Dolphins.
That was so good to see. Fuck you, Anthony Richardson. You talentless hack. God. Danny Dimes comes in, has 10 seconds in the fucking pocket, and is just throwing goddamn laser beams. Oh, love to see it. Love to see everybody getting out of fucking Giants territory and becoming infinitely better.
Daniel Jones finished the day 22 for 29, 272 yards with a single touchdown. That is much, much better than any stat line Anthony Richardson had coming out of any Indianapolis. So that's
normally he just runs for 150 yards and 2 concussions.
And 1 tap out as well, because, Coach, I just can't do it no more.
I'm sleepy, Coach.
Unfortunately, the gun did not win in between the battle of Pittsburgh versus New York, as old man Aaron Rodgers waltzed in to the New Jersey area and beat the Jets to a final score of 34-32.
You know the gun may not have won, but I think it's coming for Aaron Rodgers soon enough. I think time's going to catch up to him. He's going to keel over on the field.
Definitely.
I don't know, man. This was the first time, last year with the Jets, Aaron Rodgers looked like an old man. He looked like he was going to be done. And this year, I don't know, he was doing some voodoo shit in the offseason, because all of a sudden I was like, we're looking at, Aaron Rodgers, not Grandpa Rodgers.
All those players starting to add up.
Yeah. But, this was definitely one of those, the Jets defense lost them the game, unfortunately, because Justin Fields was playing his ass off. And you can tell they're finally trusting him and giving him a chance, and it's actually working out for them. But that defense just you can't hold up when Aaron Rodgers is actually drugged up and focused, allegedly.
I also think, too, when it's Aaron Glenn's first game of the season, there's always going to be some kind of rough around the edges type of deal. It's going to give him a second to kind of adjust to everything. So I think the Jets are going to be fine moving forward, especially since they were able to put up 32 points on that always vaulted Pittsburgh defense. So I think the Jets are going to be okay moving forward here.
Should be.
One team that I have absolutely no confidence in is the New Orleans Saints, who ended up losing to the Cardinals to a final score of 20-13.
Yeah, Cardinals didn't look great. Saints, I think they started Spencer Rattler, and they were like, yeah, he's going to be our quarterback. And now they're probably like, yeah, he's a guy we know.
He's here. We pay him. Just like how the Cincinnati Bengals paid their only 3 players $500 million, and yet they were still only able to beat the Browns by a single point.
Yep. Weird how that works, huh?
No, fuck no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins combined are almost like $400 million. And you only beat the Cleveland Browns by a single goddamn point!
I can't wait. I can't wait for them to face the Ravens this year. And Joe Burrow puts up, like, legitimately history-making numbers, like 580 yards, 10 touchdowns, and they still lose by 10.5 points.
Yep. That'll happen. That'll happen. Because a history-making performance we saw on Sunday Night Football last night as Josh Allen and the Bills ended up knocking off Lamar in the regular season yet again to a final score of 41-40. And this late fourth quarter comeback, I think the Bills were down by what? Like 12 points with like 4 minutes left in the game or something like that?
Yeah, and the crowd was chanting at Lamar MVP, and Josh Allen took that fucking personally.
Josh Allen, 33 for 46, 394 yards, 2 touchdowns. Fucking A.
That's not too shabby at all. That's video game numbers right there.
No, God, no. And they are going to not have their hands full this weekend as their reward for completing that game, the New Jersey Jets. New Jersey Jets.
New York.
The final team that's not going to get rewarded. Mike, you go first yet again, because fuck.
You talking about our team?
Our final game that we'll talk about from this past weekend. The Lions traveled to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and ended up losing to the Green Bay Packers.
You were talking about
27.
You were talking about the turf monster, and instead we got, Lions had the same thing happen to them. Terrion Arnold is out with, a groin injury. Somebody else went down. It was just, defense looked shabby. I mean, I think they got their first sack in the third or fourth quarter. The offense was non-existent for the most part for a while. It started getting going, but it was not there nearly enough that, it mattered. So it was just, I hope it was just a rough start and they smooth out. But when you have pretty much the same offense, besides for some of the offensive line, and the same defense minus a couple people, and this is how you start, oh boy, not good. And I know, like they said, the Packers are the youngest team, I believe, the youngest average team. And they added a lot of people. So that Packers team could be scary good because, this team right now has made Jordan Love look the best he's ever looked, that's for sure.
Well,
but I don't know if that's...
Micah Parsons? They fucking said that 40,000 times throughout the game.
Wait, they added Micah Parsons? I had no idea. No, I'm just kidding. And he was there. He wasn't necessarily a big factor, but when he was on the field, they did have plays where they double-teamed him, even though it didn't really look like they needed to. So, I guess in a sense, even though he wasn't doing much, his presence alone did actually help them. It was just, it's one of those Lions games where I don't want to look too much into it because it was the first game, and I'm just really hoping they smooth out from here and the second game is better.
I am not going to go through this entire football season again with play calling like this one from Johnny Saddam Hussein Morton, our brand new offensive coordinator. I swear to God, what type of Madden bullshit do you think we're running? Oh, it's 3rd and 16. Might as well run it up the middle. Oh, it's 3rd and 15. We might as well do a fucking screen pass. Oh, it's fucking 3rd and 20. Oh, we might as well run it up the goddamn middle again, Johnny. What the fuck are we fucking doing here, dude?
Yeah.
Jared Goff, 31 for 39, 225 yards. This man completed 31 passes, and he only barely got over 200 yards.
Well, I think...
What the fuck are we doing?
I think, and I'm being honest here, I think 14 of those passes were to Jahmyr Gibbs behind the line.
Yes! Yes! Our leading receiver, Sam Laporta, 6 catches for 79 yards.
Yep.
Are you...
And he got 30 of those yards on one play.
On a single goddamn fucking play. Our leading rusher, David Montgomery, 11 carries for 25 yards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team. I'm aware.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, yeah. Oh, we have all 3 new pieces in the interior offensive line. Yeah, let's keep trying to run it up the middle every single goddamn motherfucking time we get the chance behind all 3 new pieces of our offensive line. Genius! Genius, Mr. Morton. Great. We have all these brand new receivers on the outside. We just paid fucking J-Mo. We got Amon-Ra. We got fucking Isaac Tesla making the catch of the fucking weekend in goddamn garbage time when it doesn't even fucking matter. I'm gonna fucking pass out into all of these cheeseheads in the fucking comments because this is the first time the Lions have beaten the fucking Packers in goddamn like 2 years at this point. Oh, first time the Packers have beaten the Lions. There we go.
There you go. Yeah, this is they were. I think it said 8-0 or like 9-0 against NFC North for the last 2 years, which is fucking insane. And then it just took the first weekend of some goofy play calling. But like I said, you know, the whole team was kind of a mess, and I'm just hoping it gets fleshed out over time because it was week 1. You got some new some new coordinators. You got some new pieces. Hopefully, it was just one of those like, all right, we need to shake off the rust, and then we can get back at it.
Part of me wonders.
Really hoping.
Aren't going to be the number 1 seed this. We aren't, and I've come to terms with that, and that's okay. I don't even need the team to win the fucking division because clearly after last year, it don't fucking matter what we do. All I need from this goddamn team is to just make the play. I don't care if we fucking barely scrape in right at the 7th seed. I don't give a shit. Just make the playoffs for the love of all that is holy. That's all I need this year. That's fucking it.
Well, so to dive a little bit deeper before we move on, you want us to just make the playoffs. Yes. I want us to at least win a playoff game. I want us to improve 1 spot from last year, you know what I mean? Because if we don't, like they're talking about already that they don't think the Lions are going to agree to terms with Aiden Hutchinson. Which is a bad thing to hear this early in the season, you know. There are a lot of people that are going to need money post this year. And it's one of those like, well, can the Lions stay good? Can the Lions stay near the top?
Yeah, we're about to find out.
After
We're sure as shit about to find out, Mike, because next week we got the Bears, and the Bears are starting their game here in a half hour. So we'll see.
real quick, I
Mm-hmm.
think watching that, I only watched the first half of the Lions game, but I feel like y'all just need to fucking like refine, right? Like you still have the veterans or some of the veterans that you had last year. You still have some of the guys that like you can build around some, you still have some of those key players. You have new guys that can move into those slots. I part of me wonders if it's like the plan of the Lions to like just get by enough to get a playoff run, and then like you kick it into shape and you actually get a little bit more than just a game or two in the playoffs, because that's when it matters is once you get there.
That's all that matters. Oh shit. Well, after we've blown through football this week, we did it backwards here, sports fans. We're gonna just roll right into the pick, and we'll spend the rest of the time talking about some wrestling, because this upcoming weekend we have some amazing, amazing games on the docket. Will I actually enjoy football enough at that point to want to sit down and watch him? Ooh, if some wins start rolling in, that'd be great. Starting it off in college, we are going to take a look at where college football is headed this week. In the middle slot, the Georgia Bulldogs traveling to Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the Volunteers. Georgia, Tennessee, this Saturday at 3:30. Mike, who we got?
Um, did you know what I didn't see this weekend? And maybe it was just because um my thing overlooked it. I didn't see anything about Tennessee's game.
They won like another 70-0 game.
72-17. We slaughtered them.
Okay,
ETSU.
and Georgia snuck past APSU.
Yeah.
It's oh boy, this is one of those ones, man, because Tennessee was really good last year and then just kind of fettered out towards the end. Georgia is Georgia, and they're always kind of near the top. Oh. Sorry, Tennessee. I think I'm going to say Georgia.
Ooh, ugly. That's an ugly dog. Mr. Air.
I'm going to go for them Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love the UGA clips, I have to disagree with Mike. I mean, neither of these teams have been tested yet, in my opinion. We're only 2 weeks in. There's still plenty of time for them to kind of figure out what they need to figure out. But I feel like this is going to be the first game where we actually see kind of like two powerhouses kind of decide where they're going to be this season. And I feel like Tennessee, at least the past few games, I mean, I know they've been against fucking nobodies, but I mean, these are like 70-0. So you know what I mean? Like these are huge gaps, and Georgia has those gaps too, but they're not as impressive, and they're still up against nobodies. So I'm going to go with Tennessee.
Tennessee! Kevin is actually studying how to make babies with Cody Rhodes right now currently, and Cody Rhodes is in fact his favorite wrestler, and Cody Rhodes is from Georgia, so Kevin's going to roll with the Bulldogs, and Era, I am actually going to join you with the Volunteers, the Tennessee Volunteers, 3:30 on Saturday.
You know what I forgot? And if I would have remembered, I would have picked Tennessee, because I forgot that they faced a team led by fucking Cade McNamara, a.k.a. the former Michigan Wolverine. And if I would have known that, and the fact that they mud stomped them, I would have probably picked Tennessee too, just purely.
You can change it. I'm a benevolent leader.
No, I already made my pick. We might as well split this 50-50 down the middle.
Next up,
I respect it,
is the apparent giant slayers of this season of college football, the University of Southern Florida Bulls, traveling down to Miami to take on Carson Beck and the Hurricanes. 18 versus 5. Saturday, 4:30 in the afternoon. So while the Georgia-Tennessee game is ongoing, Miami, South Florida. Mike, who we got?
I picked them the first time, I think. I can't remember. Pretty certain. Hopefully. I'm going to pick them again. Give me Miami.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Miami. Miami looks like a fucking powerhouse this year. Carson Beck, he was not the problem. He was not the fucking problem. He still has some things that he can refine too, but he was not the fucking problem. I am absolutely loving Carson Beck on Miami, so give me Miami.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the drugs that Fire Guy Golf has given me, or if I'm just riding the high of the Giant Slayers this year. USF is selling me some shit, and I like what they're selling. Give me the balls, baby. And last up, our prime time matchup of this weekend is in fact a rematch from opening week last season, where we get to take a look at the Catholics welcoming the Cowboys into South Bend, Indiana, where Texas A&M is looking to get some revenge on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. 16 versus 8, Aggies versus Irish, Saturday night, prime time. Mike, who we got?
This is one of those games that I think is set up for an upset. It's one of those sneaky games that can just, you're not expecting it. And Texas A&M is 2-0. Notre Dame, for some reason, is only 0-1. I don't know if I have it in me, because I think I screwed this up last year. I think I picked Texas A&M. I can't remember. We did this last year. My brain doesn't go that far back. I just have there's that feeling that I should pick Notre Dame, so that's what I'm going to do. It's not a confident one, not even close, but it's what I want.
A&M, Notre Dame.
Am I going crazy, or did Notre Dame not play last week?
They had their bye week extremely early, as I do not think they played.
All right, so I'm not going crazy. Okay.
No, they're 0-1.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially only going off of 1 week, I don't want to say that it's like the end of Notre Dame. Notre Dame is always one of those teams that's just kind of around, and they're just kind of always a powerhouse. I don't think they'll ever, die off completely. I think they'll always kind of be maybe at least top 10, top 15 kicking and screaming. But at the same time, I mean, coming off 0-1, having that week, did you use that week well? It's a very early bye. So, you don't have a lot. You only have one game's worth of tape to go off of. So, I'm going to go with Texas A&M. I don't feel like Notre Dame. I haven't seen anything out of them right now. I mean, again, it's only been one game, but I haven't seen anything out of them in that game that I thought really impressed me.
Mark Choice, the Texas A&M quarterback, is on fire.
I am also going to roll with A&M here because I do not like what Lloyd Carr's kid had to show on primetime. The fact that it took him all game to get competitive with Miami in their first matchup this season. And I think A&M's defense is a lot less forgiving than Miami's is going to be. So I think if it takes him that long to get involved in the game yet again, Texas is going to make him pay for it. So I'm going to say Aggies here, and I think Aggies here, maybe by a lot. Maybe by a lot, but we'll see. Moving on over to the professional slate with some other matchups as well. We're going to take a look at the... Oh, where's the shit bowl? Oh, there's the shit bowl. Here we go. AFC East matchup. Patriots and Tua Tagovailoa going one-on-one. Pats, Dolphins, Sunday at 1 o'clock. Mike, you're up first.
Seeing as Tyreek Hill is mentally checked out and is hating being a Dolphin at this point, Tua, I don't know if it's just he doesn't have an offensive line anymore or what, but just things aren't connecting on that offense. They don't have a run game somehow, even though they still have kind of all the same pieces. I've never thought I was going to pick New England to win a football game ever again. Give me the Patriots. It might be considered an upset. I don't know, but that's...
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, well...
I feel like the Dolphins are a culture problem on top of everything. Like, it just seems like a real bad... It's like the Giants of the South.
Well, I mean, I think the real question here with the Dolphins is, does Tua remember he has a game? You know, like, maybe he just completely forgets.
I think they put him on the field.
Listen, I can't pick the Patriots. I can't. I don't care if Tua's brain is fucking soup at this point. I don't care if he can throw a ball. I feel like he might be better than Drake May. So give me Miami. I had a Tua stroke myself.
It's okay. It's okay. We were talking about stroking today, so it makes sense.
Dude, it's been a lot of stroking today.
I know FGK has a BBL big booty Latina in Miami on speed dial as well, so I know he has some strong connections to Miami. He'll join you, and Mike, I'll join you feeling nice and dirty, picking the Pats.
Oh, yeah.
Next up is another game I want to take a look at. As, Mike, you were very curious when the Ravens were going to play the Browns.
That's because... No, I said Bengals. I wanted.
No, the Bengals. Fuck, we'll take a look at that one then. The Bengals are going to be welcoming Travis Hunter, Tony Khan, and the Jaguars to Cincinnati. Jacksonville, Cincy, 1 p.m. on Sunday. Mike, what you got?
Bengals. I mean, they have... All right, the Jaguars have now a surprisingly stacked offense. Like, Travis Hunter somehow had the most receptions out of anybody, which is wild when you have BT Brian Thomas on your team and you have Travis Etienne as your running back, but yet your offense plays like that. It's one of those ones where you're like, how did you guys not put this together? And they finally said, hey, you know what? Travis isn't going to be on the defense because he's not good. So he's just going to be a starting wide receiver. But that offense, for as good as it should be, it's just not. That's why I think the Bengals, even though they don't know how to fully pay a team, are still going to
win. Mr. Era.
Well, I mean, I think most of the Jaguars' offensive issues are at quarterback. Trevor Lawrence sitting at a fucking 60% completion rate at a whopping 19 for 31. Gotta love that for him. Meanwhile, on the other side, you have Joe Burrow. Give me the Bengals.
I think while Kevin's down in Miami seeing his BBL, we're going to take a quick stop over to Jacksonville, and Tony Khan is going to hook me and Fire Guy Golf up with some of that good. We're both going to ride on that Jacksonville train because I don't know. I just smell that Jacksonville might be able to take advantage of that very, 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 very weak Cincinnati defense. Or I'm just smelling all the crack cocaine that I allegedly got from Tony Khan.
So, before you do your last pick, I want to say one thing, and this is... Don't get me wrong, we have some quarterbacks that aren't great in this league. One other group of people that need to be held accountable are the fucking receivers, because Cam Ward, for being brand new, I think his receivers dropped like 60% of the passes thrown their fucking way, which is insane. That man's dad was going to have a heart attack live in the fucking stands watching all those wide receivers just drop balls left and right.
That's fair.
Which
That's fair. You got to make the catches.
Includes fucking Tyler Lockett. It's absurd that his name is even in conversation for drops, but it is what it is at that point. They are going to have quite the challenge this weekend as they are welcoming in Matt Stafford and the broken back Rams to Nashville this week. Rams Titans at 1 o'clock. But the final game I want to take a quick peeksy doodle at is the Battle of the Ponies. Broncos traveling to Danny Dimes in Indianapolis. Denver, Indianapolis, 4:05 on Sunday. Mike, who we got?
Hold on.
Yep.
Hold on.
Holding.
Hold.
I'm gonna go. I'll just fucking go first at this point, unless you're supposed to hold because you might bust.
No, I was gonna say, the Broncos didn't look amazing. Bo Nix, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Not a great start, especially against the Titans. They don't really have a running back. Their top guy had 6 carries, which is, oh boy, not good. But I don't know if Danny Dimes keeps that level of play against a defense like the Broncos, where he's going to be getting probably smacked in the mouth quite a bit. So I'm going to say Broncos.
Denver. Mr. Arrow.
Well, I mean, these two teams, like, they're gonna always kind of be, in my opinion, like, equal tier with each other, right? It's always you can flip a fucking coin, it can go either way. However, this year the Colts have a little secret up their sleeve. The man that I put $10 on last year to win the Heisman, who did not, but he was still a Heisman candidate, Tyler Warren at tight end. He's jumping around from position to position. And everyone now is going, oh my God, Tyler Warren's really fucking good at football. Yeah, no shit, motherfuckers. We were saying it for a goddamn year and a half, and nobody listened. We're here. We've been saying it since day one. Give me Tyler Warren. Give me the Colts.
Kevin, turns out, is getting high with Mike in Colorado because I'll give him the Broncos. But Mr. Era, with you, I'm going to say, this is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blood. Our Colts. I'll take Indianapolis. And that is Jackal trying to do football as quick as humanly possible so we can spend the rest of the time of the program talking about some wrestling. Enjoy the football this weekend, everybody. I hope to God some Michigan teams finally figure out how to win a fucking game again.
That'd be nice.
I'm just glad we're able to talk about football again. That's that. Thank God it's back. And, things being back, there's a big return that happened in wrestling this past weekend on Friday. The return that everybody saw.
Brock Lesnar.
Well, I mean, he almost tore his quad, apparently, but he's fine. But I did see the clip, though, when he goes to get up in the ring. He fucking tweaks his knee. Doesn't look great, but he's fine. But no, AJ Lee came back in Chicago after,
that's right.
After Becky Lynch slapped the shit out of CM Punk, and everyone went, well, I guess that means it's going to be Rhea Ripley, and everyone went, no, it's not going to be Rhea. It's going to be AJ.
Come on, nobody could have possibly seen AJ Lee coming back. No. They definitely didn't telegraph the shit out of that.
I'm glad that they went with her, though. Could you imagine if they were in Chicago and freaking, like, Rhea Ripley came out when everyone wanted AJ Lee? There would be riots.
That would have burned Rhea's career.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And, like...
I was very, very worried about all this cryptic shit and, like, mentally challenged whatever she's trying to do that Bayley is doing right now. I had this really sinking suspicion that they were going to get paired up together. Or Punk was going to get his apparent daughter from NXT, Roxanne, right?
Well, it wouldn't be cool.
No, I think Bayley's just having a mental breakdown.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
my bad.
Yeah, I think the Bayley story right now is that her mental breakdown is basically coming from, being taken off the WrestleMania card at the last minute, which makes sense.
And pulled from pretty much every storyline. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she needs to get TV time somehow. But that's what I was going to be talking about with AJ Lee, because AJ Lee comes back, which is great. I'm glad that she's back. She's going after Becky Lynch, going after the Intercontinental Championship. I think that makes perfect sense for the story to bring her back. But obviously, where they're going with this is that she's going to win the Women's Intercontinental Championship because, of course, AJ Lee is going to win the Intercontinental Championship. And then you take a spot from somebody. And so now we're back where we were, fucking 2 years ago? We were having these same discussions. And then we all went, oh, Vince is gone. All of these problems are gone. And look, now here we are. Here we are where they're cutting for time. And people are going to be losing spots. And
to be fair, just to devil's advocate that, she did sign a contract. I don't know how long it is. Don't know what entails, but she did sign a contract. So she's there. She's going to put in the work. I think she adds a layer to the women's division that isn't there right now, and that's personality. Because you have Judgment Day or Mentally Unhinged, and that's it. And she's mentally unhinged, but at least she's peppy about it. You know what I mean? But, like, with Bayley, a.k.a. their workhorse, just not around, Julia's sitting in fucking catering, Stephanie Vicor and Io are sitting in catering until the 20th. They have all these people that they're just not fucking using, so it adds somebody to watch. And that's the thing, too, is it's not really anybody's fault except for the shitty fucking booking that they do.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that they had planned to, or they were trying to bring AJ back for a while. It's come out now where apparently they were trying to do this for the Rumble and they couldn't get it to work. Then they were trying to do this for Evolution and they couldn't get it to work. And now they have this story to bring her back in. And again, you're right, we don't know much, but they are saying that it's apparently a full-time, multi-year contract. People are assuming basically the same schedule that CM Punk is working, because why the fuck wouldn't they literally bring their dog on the road. Larry was sitting in fucking Gorilla. So
he was in the ring. He worked his first ring match, I believe.
Oh yeah, well.
Yeah, so I mean, listen, it's obviously going to be a family affair for CM Punk and AJ Lee, and I think I like that she's back, and I like that she's back full time, and that she's probably going to get the championship and have a nice run with it. I like that, but I'm just worried that the people that should have title opportunities while they're hot are not going to get them. You know what I mean? And like, I know you have a lot of stuff going on with the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, so maybe they just fucking put everybody into that somehow, right? Like, we don't know how that's all going to evolve besides just getting basically pushed back to the end of the month. But I'm just worried that like they're going to put somebody in there like a Julia or like a Stephanie Vicare, and they're going to have great matches with AJ Lee, classic matches with AJ Lee, and they're not going to put a title on them because they're going to have these matches within the first month of AJ having a championship. Then when AJ loses this championship, probably at fucking WrestleMania next year, right? Because she's probably not going to have the championship match at WrestlePalooza. So we're talking the end of the year for her to get the championship. So like WrestleMania would be the absolute soonest that I could see it happening. And even then it would have to be some extreme circumstances to get this title off of her that quickly. So it's like, you're kind of in a way like, yes, you're still giving opportunities to these people. It's like, yeah, you get these championship matches, but you're not gonna win. And it's like, I just keep thinking back to like LA Knight, like when he was hot as hell and he gets these matches against Roman Reigns, and it's like, well,
you don't have to go on.
Roman.
You convince me she shouldn't have a title match this year. She's John Cena's final opponent.
In Washington, D.C.? That is so sidebar. That is so fucking stupid that John Cena's final match is in Washington, D.C.
All right, again, since we're gonna go down this alley, the fuck TKO alley, number one, Worlds Collide is at Vegas, because of course it is, because TKO is...
Gotta hit that market.
I fucking hate it. We have a Mexican, pay-per-view, but we're going to have it in Vegas. Oh, yes, the very Mexican city of Vegas. And then we bid out John Cena's final fucking match, and you land on Vegas. What, he couldn't go wrestle in front of his home crowd to say goodbye? No, instead we have DC, fucking Washington, D.C., who doesn't give a shit about wrestling? Great. That's going to be so good. Fucking bastards. I am so happy John Cena is John Cena, because if he wasn't him and didn't know how to just roll with the punches, this retirement tour would suck dick.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that TKO is the problem with this whole retirement tour. I think I know Triple H is the guy booking, but I think he's trying to make the best of what he's got, because like his WrestleMania plans were scrapped. I'm willing to bet that he had plans to retire John Cena in Boston, and this is getting scrapped. Like I mean, obviously there's still plenty of time to rebook whatever they were going to do, but
Yeah.
TKO chasing the money is definitely the problem of WWE in 2025.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope it's not Triple H. I hope it's TKO, because if Triple H is behind this too, then it's an extra fuck you. You know, because that is somebody that's been a part of Cena's career, shooting him in the back, you know what I mean? So I really hope it's just TKO shitting the bed on this and fucking him over left and right. Because if it's Triple H too, fuck that dude.
One TikTok comment I saw kind of worded it perfectly. I couldn't tell you where or what it was from, so unfortunately I can't give credit. So fuck you. I'm going to take the credit for myself. This ended up being very similar to how Disney handled the Star Wars sequels.
Oh my god! Yep.
They just sort of did it on the fly and changed things from director to director to director and sort of just figured it out on the go, when realistically this should have been like phases 1 through 3 Marvel, where they had an entire roadmap planned out for the entire year and checked all the boxes as they went, instead of just going, okay, how do we get the biggest gate this week? Okay, how do we make Slim Jim happy this week? Okay, how do we make Cash App happy? Like, fuck's sake, they really, really should have just nailed this down flat and then did it all, instead of just going week to week on this shit. Because I dare you to tell me that's currently not what they're doing.
Yeah, which is even worse, because it's like, you have the best all time. Literally, all you had to do, the only thing you had to do was, hey, who are some of the really cool people he's faced? Let's throw those people in matches. That's it. It writes itself. He just put on a barn burner with Sami Zayn, but then we had to shit on it with Piss Lesnar.
Yep.
And the fact that that's one of his final matches is mind-boggling.
Well, I mean, did you hear who's being rumored as his final opponent now that this is taking place in Washington, D.C.?
John Laurinaitis.
Nope, that would be Washington, D.C. native Batista.
Batista's not going to come back.
Fucking skin and bones like anorexic Batista?
That's what Twitter is saying is the rumor right now.
I was going to say, he already said he's not going to come back. He's like, why would I ruin the goodbye I had? He's like, I left when I wanted to leave. Why would I come back and fuck that up?
I think people just want to hear his entrance again, honestly. I
fucking love Dave. I love him so much. One of, if not my favorite wrestlers. But that man literally could fit inside of himself when he had muscles. Like, he is legit. I mean this in the kindest, most respectful way possible. He is a shell of his former self. Literally.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
so
that's
that
what
he
happens
doesn't
when you don't
die
take steroids every day. Yeah.
So that he doesn't die at 52, you know? He also wants to be an actor that can actually act in other stuff besides for Hey, do
Just
big
muscle.
fella, do big
Hey,
fella
big muscle
things.
man. Yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
Rock slimmed down too. But I don't hate the idea of Batista coming back, but I don't want it to be in the ring. I think if you want to have him pop up at a Saturday night's main event and it's in Washington D.C., sure, but he does not
be there.
He definitely should not be John Cena's final opponent.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, I don't really know.
One
who
person that should have
Cena.
been can't be.
Edge. Yeah, Edge is he's in.
No,
in
I'm talking about
AEW.
the person that started his career should end it, but he can't because his neck is literally a straight line.
If Dave would fall apart, Kurt would turn to dust.
Well, yeah, Kurt said his neck is literally just one solid bone. He doesn't have discs anymore.
I've met Kurt Angle a few times at like WrestleCons and stuff, and he's a great guy, and you can always go up and talk to him, and he loves, like, if you're talking about his matches, he'll pull out facts, and he absolutely loves talking to the fans. Absolutely worth your time to go see him. Cannot say great things about Kurt Angle. That man is horribly broken and can barely walk. He needs to stay retired. We need to keep him around. He's one of the good ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah,
I don't agree.
I at this point, like, people are starting to throw around John Cena's final opponent. We've talked about it a bunch of times, and we've thrown a whole bunch of names out there. And it's just not gonna happen. As much as we would love it to, it's not going to. AEW is having the run that they've always wanted with Edge and Christian, finally. And
yes, sir.
You know, it's just one of those things where we're sitting here in September of 2025. We're 9 months through the John Cena retirement tour. It's not hidden. It's not hidden. And WWE after this last WrestleMania fell off fast. And AEW is looking to absolutely capitalize because there's been a little bit of a change, a little bit of a change that I think is going to pull a lot of people when it comes to watching the show live. And that is Bryan Danielson joining AEW commentary full-time on Dynamite, replacing Taz full-time starting this Wednesday, and then WWE taking Wade Barrett off of commentary indefinitely and putting back Corey Graves on Monday Night Raw.
Well, I know they took, because Joe Tessitore is going to be doing college football.
Yeah.
So he's gone. And I think they were like, well, I don't know what they're going to do with Wade. Hopefully he does something in the ring if they're going to take him off. Wade
Barrett put out a tweet, and he said that, because as soon as Wade Barrett got taken off of commentary, for an important thing to establish is as soon as that was put out, people immediately started speculating that it was because of what he was saying about Nikki Bella and Clash in Paris. He made some comments that felt a little Attitude Era-ish, which, I mean, Nikki Bella is from the Divas era, right? You know, but we don't need to have that kind of commentary in 2025. But Wade Barrett said it was not due to that. He did not give a specific reason, but he did say that it was pre-planned about, quote, 9 months ago. So I think you can probably figure that out if it was 9 months ago. Sounds like Wade Barrett's having a little bit of a kid. He'll probably be back on commentary shortly. But Bryan Danielson going on to AEW commentary, I think, is going to pull people over, because AEW commentary, it's, oh boy, wow. Sometimes it's a lot, and it's the amount of times. The fact that they're specifically replacing Taz, I love Taz to death, but the amount of times when Jon Moxley would be absolutely massacring somebody in the ring, and he'd go, "Oh, fork to the head, Jones," and it's like, dog, you take everything out of that moment right there. That's like, I get that's a shtick. I get it. It's fun. It's fun to listen to. But goddamn, they have a lot of taglines that they like hitting at AEW. So I'm very excited about Bryan Danielson stepping in. And I mean, he's going to be able to give kind of like that. I feel like he's going to be a lot more like Nigel McGuinness, where he's able to kind of give like that kind of technical side of things. So I'm excited to see where that goes. But I really feel like that's going to pull people over to like live AEW television. Legitimately, because like I'm sitting here and I'm going like, well, I want to fucking watch Dynamite on Wednesday. I want to see what Bryan Danielson's gonna say about everybody. You know, and I mean, at least for like the next month and a half, it's gonna be new.
Right now, I'm just watching again because I want to see if Jon Moxley and Darby Allin finally kill each other.
Oh boy, they might. They might.
But since we're talking about Tony Khan led stuff, this is the time where I want you boys to look up a woman.
Yep.
Again, Mike, you said you were going to do this on air, though.
I got Google right here. What am I? Do I need it?
No, I would go to Instagram.
Okay. Mike, all right.
Because I also want you to see her height, which is in her bio. Her name is Story, which is Stori, Denali, which is Denali. And she debuted in Ring of Honor. And when I say, there's a big woman. I don't mean fat.
The big SD, 6'3" on a bad day. Professional wrestler, Ohio State volleyball alum.
Hater.
Oh my God, she's so fucking tall. Holy shit.
I saw her and I saw a clip and I was like, Jesus fuck. That girl's gonna be on AEW soon.
Especially, I love that, like, you know, in WWE, when you're talking like tall, right? Like, even for the women, like
she's like 5'10".
Yeah, you know, it's like 5'10". It's like AEW, you're talking tall, and it's like a normal sized woman, you know, and it's like that's the AEW wrestler, right? Like they're not fucking jacked out the nines, you know, like WWE is. And then you get somebody like that that's like, I'm just tall as shit. And it's like, yeah, you can beat everybody's ass here. You can fucking choke slam every motherfucker. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Has she been wrestling for a while, or is she like newer?
Not that I know. Like I believe she's relatively new. Because she went from basically being like a volleyball player to wrestler. So I don't know. Let's see how far back we can go. Yes, I think she's only been wrestling for...
She made her debut in 2024.
Yeah.
According to Pro Wrestling Wiki. I'm going to trust that. I don't fucking know that as a source. I'm going to take it.
And she debuted...
choke slam? Big boot, belly to back? Hell yeah.
Hey, you know all that stuff I said about Joe Tessitore taking time off? Well, he's on fucking Raw, so never mind.
That lasted.
Yeah, they even put out, like, WWE put out a thing that said Joe Tessitore will be away for some while because of college football. And, nope, there he is. Right
People
there.
want Joe Tess back, damn it. Yeah, no, Story Denali, she looks fucking massive. The AEW women's division continues to, like, get more and more and more depth. I know people as of late have kind of, like, ripped them apart because Tony Khan's kind of booking the same match a lot, you know? He's doing his little Tony Khan cocaine lines and forgetting what the fuck he's writing. And he's booked, like, the same fucking women's three-way, like, 3 weeks in a row. But,
well,
go ahead.
I was going to say, to play the Tony Khan devil advocate there, you know, he has... I can see the storylines he's going for, and he's kind of trying to be that dude where he combines them all. Yeah. Where we have, you know, the what are they called? The Death Triangle, I think, of Thekla.
Triangle of Death.
Triangle of Death. There we go. I had the words right, just in the wrong order.
Well, Death
Thekla,
Triangle isn't Death Triangle? Isn't that the Lucha Brothers and Pac?
Oh, that's right. Well, they were, yeah.
Hey, that'd be cool as shit, though. I want to see... You got 2 open spots on Death Triangle. Combine Death Triangle and Triangle of Death. Did they not think that through when they made 2? I mean, obviously they're not using Death Triangle anymore, but like...
But, you know, so they have those 3, and then they have Harley Cameron... Anna Jay and
Chris
rotating number 3. Yeah, sometimes Chris Statlander, sometimes Willow Nightingale, but then with Thekla, and then there's also Megan Bain and Penelope Ford, and then, every now and then they're just like, here, Tony, you go interact with these women as well, Tony Storm. You, instead of all the people on the main event, go interact with them. So he meshes his storylines together, so it starts to get muddled, because, Chris Statlander is also talking with Wheeler Yuta and the Death Riders, and so is Daniel Garcia, so it's one of those,
well,
what are you guys trying to pull off here?
To me, it's one of those things that I, and this is where I was going with that, of, there's a lot of stuff going on, but, he's trying to book, fucking 8 or 9 matches at least on a pay-per-view. He needs to have this much going on. And the thing that I like about AEW is that, it's getting complicated to follow some of the relationships backstage, but that's because some of these people have been here for over 5 years. WWE, they would have forgotten most of these interactions already. You know what I mean? They just move on and act like it never fucking happened. Wheeler Yuta's remembering that he was in the best friends with Chris Statlander, and he's remembering that relationship alone is enough to save Chris Statlander from the Death Riders. And that's the story that they're telling right now, is that Chris Statlander can morph into, the more than woman that she's always tried to be, because she now has, this kind of immunity that nobody else in AEW has. And it's these are the stories that Tony Khan is trying to tell. I think the problem with AEW and the stories that Tony Khan is trying to tell is that they have been going on for 5 fucking years. There is a lot to keep track of, and AEW does not do a great job, in my opinion, of telling you what has happened, right? They kind of just expect that when 2 people are face to face backstage that that, or even to an extent that indie stuff that didn't happen in AEW. One of the things that gets lost on a lot of people is that the conglomeration is Chikara. The conglomeration of Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, that's Chikara. They want you to remember the storylines that they told in Chikara. That was never on AEW TV. Never even mentioned. I think Excalibur said Chikara once. But if you know that if you have this weird obscure knowledge, the fucking Orange Cassidy was Fire Ant, and because he's Fire Ant, he's friends with Trent Beretta, who was Ultimate Ant. If you know that, nobody fucking knows that except for me, because that's my fucking indie scene. But because of that, I know why they're friends in AEW, because they were friends in Chikara. And Tony Khan expects you to know that they were friends in the indies. And it's he didn't tell you that. He just goes, oh, they're friends. They're best friends. You go, okay, sure, they're best friends.
You kind of got that. You hit the nail on the head where he goes, well, I'm a fan. I'm making this because I'm a fan. You're also supposed to be a fan and know the things I know.
Yeah, and sometimes Tony Khan, because he's a fan and he's booking stuff, sometimes he also gets a little, I think, on some of these stories, a little tunnel visioned on the ones that he really enjoys. And he sees those details. And he's like, well, I know that when they were in fucking New Japan, they did X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 blah. And that's because he's fucking autistic and he does too much cocaine. And it's dog, slow down.
Autistic and cocaine sounds like a dangerous combo.
It is. It's Tony Khan. It's slow. Brother, slow down. Pump the brakes. I get you want to put fucking 8 or 9 stories on, and I think that he does a good job of mixing everything together and putting people in where it makes sense. But he doesn't tell you why it makes sense. He just wants you to know that it makes sense. And it's that's, I think, it's going to be AEW's biggest problem. And I feel they need to kind of take okay, Bryan Danielson is new on commentary. He's this new perspective. Maybe you can use Bryan Danielson to put some of this view onto people. Bryan Danielson also wrestled in Chikara, right? He wouldn't have all of this knowledge. And there's so much that AEW just won't tell you, and they need to find a way to do it. WWE, when they bring in fucking, when they bring in Mystico and they want him to be a big deal, they at least gave you a month worth of Sin Cara vignettes. So you didn't know why he was a big deal, but you knew he was a big deal? Like,
yeah.
There's my AEW rant for the week.
That's fair. Hey, we are equal opportunity talking shitters. Like, we don't just talk shit about WWE, even though right now it's real easy because they are a clusterfuck.
Oh, yeah. And make no mistake. Make no mistake that if you are looking between WWE and AEW, I would go with AEW. AEW has been on fucking fire in the 2300 arena. They have been in the ECW arena. There's not been any literal fire because Pennsylvania doesn't allow fire anymore. But they have been fucking putting on bangers on just free TV. They have like this like month-long residency. I think they're there until like the end of September or something like that. I am so excited every single time I get to see a show there. I haven't been in person, but just like watching on TV and knowing what that environment is like, oh man, it must be crazy in there.
Right? Yeah, I mean, it's looked like a damn good crowd every time. Although I've noticed they're a little neutered. When people fuck up, they don't say you fucked up anymore. So I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel like the 20. Listen, what you got to remember about a 2300 arena. It's a warehouse. All right, we say arena, it's a warehouse. It's a bingo hall. It's not a big crowd. I feel like if you want to pump in some crowd noise over it, you know what I mean? Like you can probably drown that out a little bit. I know WWE did it for NXT every time we were chanting "you fucked up." So
I will say though, they did not bleep out the "fuck Don Callis" chants. And they just responded with it. Well, I guess everybody here kind of has the same sentiment.
I hope that in the canon of AEW, I hope that we have witnessed the death of Big Justice. Don Callis at Ring of Honor choked out Big Justice, and I hope that fucking fatty's gone. Stay home with your double chocolate chunk cookies. We don't need you here. You did your time in AEW. You got the fucking press out for it. Thank you. Next.
Here's to hoping.
Everybody is like, well, if you want some good old-fashioned, family programming, AEW's the shit to go. And them are like, yeah, if you're being sarcastic about it, you want good old family-fashion programming, go watch WWE, where Piss Lesnar's still running around buck wild. Bet all the women feel scared.
Yeah, how do you think AJ Lee feels coming back? Do you think she signed the contract before or after Brock came back?
I think she just signed it because they probably went, listen, here's a fuckload of money.
Yeah.
Just more than you could ever imagine. So here you go. And they literally sat down like that cartoon sack of money. And she was probably like, all right.
No.
Whatever. Who's there? Fine. Fuck it. If he touches me, just know he's gonna die.
I am excited. And I would say I am mildly where both wrestling companies go alongside the current ongoing.
You're cutting in and out a little bit. PlayStation Party Chat's killing you here.
Oh, the scuff! Gotta love it, baby! God damn it. I'm just excited to see where all that shit goes alongside the current football season. And we can't do that until this one comes to a close.
Yeah, that was all I had to talk about. I mean, if you want to help us out, if you listen this long, we are coming on like, an hour or 20 minutes. So if you've listened this long, that means you must really enjoy us. So go ahead and, hit that like button, or if you're over on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or somewhere where you can drop stars, maybe give us a rating. I don't know, 5 stars seems like a good rating to me. If you ask Dave Meltzer, I think he'll like it. You can, if you want to support us, you can go to w.gg, use code 3COUNT on checkout. That's the number 3, COUNT on checkout. You can save yourself 10%, and we get a little bit of kickback, so we thank you very, very much. And if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're on Spotify, hit the follow, hit the like, do all the things. Now, I want to know in the comments below, we've talked about this for a couple weeks. We did not talk about it much this week because we kind of hammered the point home. But we have not asked this to the people yet, and I want to know, who is John Cena's final opponent? We are sitting here in September. That's my comment this week. Let me know in the comments below, because I'm curious to see who people got coming. If you want to find more of me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1, youtube.com/EraV1Music. And if you go anywhere, you find your music this Wednesday. It's already out, so I don't know why I'm plugging it, but I'll say it anyway. September 10th, Video Game Remixes to Relax and Study 2 came out. So listen to my new music that's out now.
Hey,
Oh,
let's go. If you didn't enjoy anything I said, don't worry. I'm currently praying on Matt LaFleur to get a very, very, very painful kidney stone. That's it. No more, no less. But if you did enjoy the things I said, you can find me over at twitch.tv/JackalJoker or youtube.com/JackalJoker. And if you're curious, I may not be worth nothing by the time it comes out, but you know what? I want to plug it nonetheless. It has nothing to do with sports. Me, Mike, and Era will be playing Borderlands 4 this Sunday after this episode is released, 8 p.m. during Sunday Night Football. Checking out the new Borderlands game, baby.
damn right we will be. I am so excited for that game. If you like me, or like hearing my voice, for some reason, listen to this. Also, adopt a child and name it after me, because that's what it's all about. Family.
All right. If you insist, I guess.
That's what you got to do now. Them's the rules. If you don't like
All
me,
right.
that's fine. I'm gonna go fly into a black hole in No Man's Sky.
Hey,
Hey.
can we pin an orphan that hasn't been adopted this week, please? Anyone in particular. Yeah, I got the orphan right here.
No!
Oh, I got the cover. I got the cover of the orphan.
Hit him.
Why
I
did
got
you
the
give him
cover of the
a
orphan.
move?
Come
He's
on.
like 3, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Ring the bell.
That's what you get.
Calling
That's
ambulance.
what you get.
You
The
don't
jackal
have to hit
has
a child just because he
layeth
doesn't have
the
a dad.
smack it down on your no parent ass.
Well, guess what? Turns out pinning him, he's your kid now.
Oh, congrats.